Why do stories about fast money feel so addictive? Why do we admire people who rise quickly, even when we know their path is unstable? In every generation, there is a figure who seems to beat the system, someone who moves faster, louder, more aggressively than everyone else. For the modern world, that figure became the Wolf of Wall Street. But before we judge or glorify him, we must ask a deeper question. What kind of world creates wolves in the first place? We live in an age where patience feels like weakness. Social media rewards visibility, not depth. Algorithms reward confidence, not wisdom. Fast success is celebrated. Slow mastery is ignored. In such a world, the wolf is not an accident. He is a product. And long before Jordan Belfort became famous, the conditions that would create him were already in place. Jordan Belfort didn't dream of finance. He dreamed of escape. Escape from being ordinary. Escape from financial anxiety. Escape from a life where effort didn't guarantee reward. Like many young people today, he believed, money is the fastest way out. This belief is not evil, but it is dangerous. Because when money becomes an emotional solution, judgment often disappears. When Belfort entered Wall Street, he didn't see ethics. He saw chaos. Phones ringing, traders shouting, millions moving without visible effort. What shocked him most wasn't the money. It was how little understanding many people had. Confidence mattered more than truth. Speed mattered more than accuracy. And that realization changed everything. The name didn't come from success alone. It came from behavior. Belfort sensed weakness, hesitation, fear, ignorance. He moved fast, spoke louder, pushed harder. He didn't wait for certainty. He created urgency. Like a wolf, he hunted emotional gaps in people's thinking. And on Wall Street, emotion is the most valuable currency of all. Here is the uncomfortable truth. Belfort was not a financial genius. He was a psychology genius. He understood. People fear missing out more than losing. Certainty feels safer than truth. Confidence can replace evidence. He sold belief before selling value. This is where power became dangerous. Early wins create momentum, but unchecked wins create blindness. As money flowed in, rules felt slower, limits felt optional, consequences felt distant. This is where many people fail, not only in finance, but in life. Success removed fear before wisdom arrived. The excess wasn't random. The noise, parties, drugs, chaos, they served a purpose. They prevented reflection. A quiet life forces you to confront yourself. A loud life lets you run from questions. As long as the music played, there was no reason to stop. No system stays unbalanced forever. Markets correct. Authorities adapt. Time exposes shortcuts. When the collapse came, it wasn't sudden. It was mathematical. Money vanished. Freedom disappeared. The identity built on dominance collapsed, not because ambition failed, but because ambition outran discipline. Because today's world feels familiar. People feel overworked, underpaid, uncertain about the future. So when someone appears to break the rules, it feels like hope. But hope without understanding is fragile. And copying surface behavior without grasping structure leads to the same outcome. People think Jordan Belfort was called the Wolf because he made a lot of money. That's not true. Many people on Wall Street made money. Very few were called predators. He was called the Wolf because of how he moved. A wolf doesn't wait for permission. A wolf senses weakness. A wolf attacks fast, before the target understands what's happening. Jordan Belfort didn't just sell aggressively, he hunted emotionally. He knew when people were insecure. He knew when they were afraid of missing out. He knew when they wanted someone else to decide for them. That's the true meaning of the name. Not intelligence, not wisdom, instinct without restraint. And here's the part most people miss. Being a wolf works in the short term, but predators rarely build civilizations. Let's be honest. Many young people today secretly admire the wolf mentality. Why? Because it looks powerful. Fast money. No patience, no apologies, no rules. In a world where salaries feel unfair, living costs rise, the future feels uncertain. The wolf feels like a shortcut out. But here's the truth no one tells you. The wolf mentality is built for extraction, not creation. Wolves take. Builders create. Wolves win quickly. Builders survive long. If you only train yourself to hunt opportunities, you will never learn how to protect what you build. And wealth that cannot be protected does not last. This is where many young people get trapped. They make some money early. A business works. A trade goes well. A viral moment happens and they believe, I figured it out. This is the most dangerous moment because early success creates false confidence. You start to think risk doesn't matter, cycles don't apply to you. Luck is skill. That's exactly what happened to the wolf. And it's exactly what happens today in crypto hype online business gurus, fast-growing influencers. Lesson: if you don't build discipline before success, success will destroy you. Jordan Belfort mastered persuasion, but he never mastered self-control, risk management, long-term thinking. And those three skills decide who stays rich. Real wealth requires knowing when not to act, knowing when to walk away, knowing when enough is enough. These are boring skills. That's why most people never practice them, but boring skills build unbreakable lives. And today's environment is even more dangerous than Wall Street in the 90s. Why? Because information moves instantly. Hype spreads globally. Mistakes scale faster. One bad decision today can cost you years. And the system constantly pushes you to move fast, show results, look successful. But wealth does not care how you look. It cares how you behave under pressure. If you want to become rich in this era, you must train yourself differently. Here are the traits the wolf lacked, and the traits you must develop. Patience. Wealth is built in silence, not excitement. Emotional control. Money is lost when emotions make decisions. Delayed gratification. If you spend before you stabilize, you will restart forever. Long-term thinking. Short-term wins are meaningless without survival. Humility. The market punishes arrogance, always. These traits don't make you famous, they make you free. The wolf was never powerful because he was aggressive. He was powerful because people around him were unprepared. But preparation always beats aggression in the long run. That's why the wolf burned out, and why quiet builders remain invisible, but wealthy. The Wolf of Wall Street is not a hero. He is a lesson about what happens when ambition outruns discipline, speed replaces structure, money arrives before wisdom. You don't need to repeat the mistake to learn it. That's the advantage of understanding history. You don't need to become a wolf, you need to become unshakable. Train patience in a rushed world, train discipline in a distracted world, train clarity in a noisy world. That is how real wealth is built today. And if this message speaks to you, subscribe to this channel. We're not here to sell fantasies. We're here to help you build a future that doesn't collapse when the noise fades.